Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. We are going to talk about professional ethics in the workplace and society. My name is Shelani Roman, and I'm part of this group with Priscilla Quispe, Tony Pacheco, Rommel Pontesil, and Flor Quispe. In this presentation, we will explain what professional ethics is, why it is important, and how it affects our work and our society. Next. Outlined. First, let me explain the structure of our presentation. We will start with an introduction to professional ethics. Then we will talk about its importance in the workplace. After that, we will explain its importance in society. Next, we will present the main ethical principles and values. Then we will give some example of ethical behavior. Finally, we will finish with a conclusion. Next. Introduction. Now, let's start with the introduction. Professional ethics is the correct way to behave at work. It is based on important values like honesty, responsibility, and respect. These values help people make good decisions in their jobs. Professional ethics is important for all professions, not only for experienced workers, but also for students and new employees. When people follow ethical principles, they create trust. Trust is very important in any workplace because it improves communication and teamwork. Also, professional ethics helps create a positive environment where people feel respected and motivated. In general, ethics helps people work better and build good relationships. Next, Flor will explain professional ethics to them.
Um, what is professional ethics? A professional ethics is a set of rules, principles, and values that regulate the person behavior at work. It also allows us to act correctly even in difficult situations. For example, when a person faces a problem, it is the choose the best decision. Next, important in the world. It is very important in the world because it's extremely closely dependent bosses and clients. It it also contributes to respectful, responsible, and collaborative work environment eh, where people can embed for a better team. In addition, it prevents conflict, fraud, and bad practices in the organization which help maintain a good institutional image. For example, when work overall up honest on feed, the view feel a company more more efficiently. In conclusion, ethics allow organization to grow sustainable and trustable building yet. Next.
Importance in society. This is also very important in society because promotes values to respect, justice, and responsibility. It helps reduce corruption and promotes better coexisting among people. It also creates responsible citizens or contributes to the common good. For example, when people act ethically, they respect crucial and scale others. In daily lives, ethics help people live in harmony and build a better society. Next. Ethical principles and values. They are important principles that guide individuals' behavior in professional life. Honesty means acting with truth, transparency, and all times. Responsibility means fulfilling obligation and accepting the consequences of one's action. Justice means making fair decisions without favoriting. Respect means values all people without discrimination. These principles are important because they help people ask correctly in any question. Next.
Now, let's look at key professional values. Integrity means doing the right thing even when no one is watching. It's the foundation of honesty. Commitment is about being responsible and consistent, which help us achieve our goals. We also have punctuality, which shows discipline and respect for others' time. And finally, solidarity, which is about helping colleagues to create a positive work environment. Together, these values strengthen our relationship and lead to professional success. To put it in practice, let's look at an example of integrity, the accountant dilemma. Imagine an accountant will detect a calculation error in a finished financial report. The error actually makes the company look more profitable, and no one also has noticed it. An unethical professional might ignore it to avoid extra work or to look good. However, a professional with integrity reports the error immediately and corrects the data to choose transparency over an easy gain. This act doesn't just demonstrate honesty. It protects the company from future audit crises. It protects the company. In the end, ethics is about building a career based on trust.
Consequences of lack of ethics. When there is no ethics, there are negative consequences. There is loss of trust and credibility. People stop believing in the company or in the person. There can be legal problems and sanctions. Sometimes companies have to pay fines or even to close. Because they did not follow the rules, the work environment becomes negative. There is more stress, conflicts, and misunderstandings, and employees might feel demotivated. Also, there can be loss of clients because people prefer to work with honest and responsible companies. And professional image is affected. This can affect both the persons in the company. In the long term, it is very difficult to recover the reputation. Next. In conclusion, professional ethics is essential for success at work and society. Ethics with principles and values helps generate trust, respect, and responsibility in all our actions every day. In addition, ethics contributes to the development of stronger, transparent, and trust organizations where employees feel safe and valued. It also helps build a more just society where people are correct and responsible, and where there is more cooperation between people. If we practice ethics, we can improve our professional life and also our personal life. For the reason it is important to apply ethics not only in the workplace, but also in our daily life and future profession. Next. Thank you very much for your attention.